All right, so here's the radiator guard installation for the XSR 900. You're going to flip the guard upside down. You want to make sure these tabs are sticking up. So you're on the back side. You have these 10 foam inserts that you're going to position along the outside edge of that guard. I have 4. You're going to have 4 there, and you're going to have 4 down here. And I still have the sticky protector on. I haven't peeled it off yet. I just want to place them out where I want them, and then I'll fix them to the guard. And you're only going to have 2 on the sides, so they'll be spaced further apart, something like that. And then I'm going to, of course, peel these off and place them on. I got some rubbing alcohol and I clean the edges real good so they'll stick, nice to the guard. And that's the first step. All right, the foam placement is done on the back side of that radiator guard. It's not critical either. Just kind of space them out like that. It's not really critical on the measurement. Just get them, close, just like that, and it'll work just fine. Now we need to place it on the bike and with the zip ties and zip tie it onto the radiator. All right, you're gonna get your 4 zip ties and drop them through those oval holes in the brackets, and you're gonna do them all facing the same direction. Okay, there's 2 different sides to that zip tie, so make sure they're all facing the same way. So they're going to zip onto your radiator the same way. Now you're just going to carefully grab this, and you're going to maneuver it in where it's going to sit on the radiator, and you're going to hook those zip ties up and around an area in the radiator, which I'll show you in a second here. All right, I don't like the instructions that Yamaha gives you with this radiator guard. Honestly, it's hard to get in there and hard to get it zip tied in. You're going to be fighting these guards right here, and it's like the guard that basically holds all your wiring. Let's see if I can show you here. Okay, that holds all your wiring for your turn signal, and maybe something there for your radiator. I'm not sure, but anyway, you need to take, and it's you got a couple of hex bolts on the outside, and it's a number 4 millimeter hex socket. We'll remove those, and then you have 2 10 millimeter bolts. And I'm trying not to remove the whole thing. So I loosen these bolts up almost all the way out to where this thing really has a lot of movement. And that frees up, being able to manipulate this around the outside edge of the guard. Because I think that's how it's supposed to look. It just looks good like that. And I got one corner started. I would take the zip ties out and just thread them through once you get it up where you need it to be. To me, it's coming out easier that way, but I got this one. Was it this one? Or was it the bottom? Might have been the bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one I got zip tied, but it's loose. I didn't cinch it up all the way. Okay, but like this it needs to go. Ah, you little bastard! There you go. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of tricky because it keeps wanting to pop loose on one side or the other. But see now how I can wiggle this and manipulate it? Because see, I don't want to break plastic trying to bend stuff and push stuff around. That's why I loosen this side up. See how it looks now? How you have that little angled piece on the outside of the bottom corner? That's how it should look. And I was going to show you, maybe I can show you a better angle here. You got wires in the way. You see how there's that channel? See that channel right there? There's a little channel area, super tiny, but it's big enough for a zip tie to go through. And it's right there, right there. And you have one in each corner of the radiator. Okay? Well, that's where you want to go through to zip tie. So now I'm going to get them all loosely zip tied and then start cinching them up little by little. Yeah, I apologize for the lighting. I know it sucks. I'm in my garage and it's a cold, windy day, so I don't want to be out there in the wind. But, okay, I got that other side done. Got it through that channel. Now, I'm trying to give you a good view of that channel. It's part of the radiator itself, the radiator frame. See that? There's a little, see that right here? There's like a little bracket, like a channel. And it's not very big, but it's just big enough for that zip tie to slide through underneath it. And then you can complete it and zip tie it. But be careful of these cables. Don't zip tie the cable down. You want to go underneath the cable when you zip tie it. Same goes for this side. This cable right here. See that cable right there? Make sure you go underneath the bottom of it. Don't cinch that wiring down with the zip tie. Okay, you don't want to do that. But just do it just the way like I did it right there, underneath the bottom of it. See? And I'm going through that other channel on top, on the other side. You see it? It's a real small little channel on top of the radiator. It's a black metal, like a little channel where you can pop a zip tie through. Okay, and there's one in each corner, like I said. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass, really. I don't like the design at all. It's crap, but it is what it is. I gotta make it work. Okay, when I get it all done, I'll show you. All right, I got it secured with my zip ties, and you see how the corners, how the guard is inside the corner. This plastic here, that's how it should look. On the bottom there, on both sides, and on the top, you got this part here that goes over it. But before I tighten this up, right, I'm gonna go ahead and get a pair of dikes, and I'm gonna cut the zip tie close to where the locking mechanism is, so it'll look clean. And just be careful when you do it. All right, don't cut any other wires. All right, so now that my guard's on, everything's good. I got my zip ties clipped close, so it looks good, right? And now I got to retighten this plastic harness side piece, okay, for your wiring, for your light, for your turn signal on the left side. Remember, I had to loosen all this up so you could pop this radiator in behind this plastic part here. You only got to do the one side to be able to make it work. You don't need to do both. You can if you want, but I think it just to loosen this up real good so it wiggles around. And then that way you're not going to break plastic trying to bend it back to pop this back behind it. Okay, you don't want to run your nice new motorcycle. So you got those two 10 millimeters, which I carefully tightened up. I don't over tighten them. Doesn't require a lot of torque. And then I got my little hex bolts here that are 4 millimeter. And oh, by the way, when you're taking this side piece off, excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. But when this side piece, you see how it has like a clip, plastic clips. Don't yank this off. Don't get frustrated and yank it off. It pops in up here. Let me back up. It pops in right up in here, and there's some areas where it clips into. Okay, so be careful when you take it off, especially. And then when you put it back on, make sure it's clipped in, and then tighten it with those bolts. Well, I've been riding my bike now for over 100 miles plus since I did the radiator guard installation, and I'm having no issues. So that's the way to do it, and I think it really looks nice. I like that XSR. It just gives it that extra little touch.